Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Holy crap, Binance is delisting Luna and UST. Yes, you heard that right. Here's the notice. Binance updates notice of removal of some margin and spot trading pairs as of this time, May the 13th, which is today, adjusting of tick size for spot trading. So here's the listing here, posted by Lark Davis on Twitter. They are delisting Luna, guys, and if you've been following the Luna saga, whether on my channel or just in the news in general, I mean, it's all over crypto Twitter right now. The price for Luna, one Luna coin, 0.000020 cents. Somebody did the math on this too, and I think they said they had something like $16 million at the height of Luna's price peak. So $16 million divided by, what was it, $119, give or take, which would mean that you would have had about 134,000 Luna, 134,500, let's say, 134,500 Luna. You multiply that by today's price, and you'd have about $2.70. Just about enough for a coffee. And, not to dwell on this, but that was all within the span. I think the height of Luna's top price over there in the market had only hit at the beginning of April 4th, April 5th. So this is just over a month, about 6 weeks, where a $16 million fortune ends up turning into the price of a cup of coffee. Sad news there for Luna holders. It is affecting the cryptocurrency market as a whole. We are seeing some real big changes now that this has come to light. I also saw this, guys, on Twitter. That's Luna's founder 9 days ago in an interview. So here's Do Kwon, guys. I'm going to play you this clip. Listen to this.
I wonder how many of these companies you think are entering the space just because it's hot and there's a lot of funding versus the ones that will still be here, like 2 to 5 years later.
95% are going to die.
Yeah.
95% are going to die. Yeah. But there's also entertainment in watching companies die too.
There's entertainment. Oh man, that's so evil. At least you get to learn from it, right?
Oh, 9 days ago, that certainly did not age well. It makes you wonder, what did he think? Did he think he was going to get away with it? Was he just saying this and just did not care? Scorched earth kind of style? Like I said before, guys, this is going to affect, moving forward, no doubt about it, this is going to affect the cryptocurrency market. We're also noticing articles like this pop up. XRP Crypto Wolf bringing this to our attention. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said the UST collapse could have been avoided with rules for stablecoin issuers. Now, she did make a statement a few days ago, but this statement was just from yesterday. We've just had over this last week with Terra and the Tether an illustration of the risks associated with stablecoins. There can be runs, Yellen said Thursday during testimony before the House of Representatives Financial Services Committee. We invented a good regulatory framework for dealing with this, and that is a federally insured depository institution. The regulatory framework in question is the November joint report on stablecoins from the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the FDIC, and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. To address risks to stablecoin users and guard against stablecoin runs, legislation should require stablecoin issuers to be insured depository institutions, which are subject to the appropriate supervision and regulation at the depository institution and the holding company level. So this coming directly from Janet Yellen, and this report, this statement was made just yesterday on Thursday. I'm recording this today, Friday, May 13th. It's Friday the 13th, just as a side note. And SEC's Hester Peirce also says new stablecoin regulations need to allow room for failure. So the SEC's crypto mom, Hester Peirce, has said the regulatory movement around stablecoins needs to allow for trial and error and room for failure. Speaking on an online panel, which was again hosted yesterday. So guys, this is all brand new information coming out from these regulatory officials. It was hosted by financial think tank, the official Monetary and Financial Institutions Forum. Peirce, who has long been an advocate for crypto, was asked to shed some light on the actions taken by U.S. regulatory bodies in regards to cryptocurrency. One place we might see some movement is around stablecoins. So now they're all focusing on stablecoins. It's been one area within crypto that's really had quite a moment, and there's a lot of stablecoin use, and therefore people are thinking down the road, if this gets even bigger, do we want to have some kind of regulatory framework? Peirce said she's urged the SEC to use its regulatory powers to provide exemptions to particular technologies, which she says would allow for important experimentation. We need to allow room for there to be failure, because that is obviously a part of trying new things, and our framework really does allow for that kind of trial and error. I hope that we use it for that purpose. So there you go. Hester Peirce also giving her 2 cents about this stablecoin regulation talking point that coincidentally we have now been hearing for weeks, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Terra's Luna coin has collapsed, and UST obviously losing its peg. Obviously, this has culminated into a discussion surrounding this. And when I say coincidentally, I mean, some are suggesting this has been planned from the beginning, and digital asset buy is no different. I bet dimes to donuts this whole crypto market crash was intentional and coordinated as a setup to bring in regulations. Listen to this clip.
Warren Buffett has this famous line. He said years ago in one of his annual reports, when the tide goes out, you see who's been swimming with their trunks off.
And that is, I understand that there may not be systemic risk in terms of systemic to the financial system, but systemic within the crypto world. Mm-hmm. Is there risk? Are there knock-on effects?
Yeah, I think there are. Anytime that you see this type of extraordinarily volatility, you're going to see, whether it be funds that blow up, whether it be individual investors are certainly nursing quite a few wounds. So I think over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some of these bodies float to the top.
Bodies float to the top. So was it all planned? I mean, there's a lot to suggest that it could be. Jamie Finch down here saying, there's always a bigger player, and it certainly looks as if there were some intervention to trigger such a collapse. Let's hope that USDT is more robust. Otherwise, I am unsure what its collapse would do to the crypto market. We were talking a little bit about USDT as well, and how Tether was starting to depeg, and how that could actually look even hairier, if you can imagine, for the crypto space. I did a video on that. I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner if you guys didn't catch that specifically. And so again, 95% of projects, even, according to Do Kwon here, was saying that 95% are going to die. Brad Garlinghouse has said the same. 99% of cryptocurrencies are going to fall to the wayside and just disappear. So the crypto projects with utility, of course, and that solve problems, and that are forming partnerships, and that are growing organically, those are going to be the ones to pay attention to, guys, if you have been hit by this Luna fiasco, if you were wrong-footed. And so, this is why I'm paying attention to the partnerships and growing the ecosystem, like this guy's from T-Hole, Benedict XRP, Ria Money Transfer, and Dandelion power the real-time cross-border payments for Sweden's RealTime. So for those of you guys who do not know, Ria Money is a Ripple partner, and their subsidiary, Ria Money Transfer, a business segment of Euronet Worldwide and global leader in the cross-border money transfer industry, announced today a new partnership with RealTime, an international calling service provider based in Sweden. The partnership embeds Ria Money's international money transfer service directly into RealTime's digital platform, making it easy and convenient for RealTime's customers to send money to loved ones around the world. Ria offers payments to bank accounts, mobile wallets, and cash across 170 countries and territories, and is powered by Euronet's Dandelion service, the largest real-time international payments network in the world. So that's pretty big. Embedding a money transfer feature presents a unique growth opportunity for telcos wanting to enter the fintech space. And just some statistics on that. According to the United Nations, there are more than 280 million migrants around the world, and most of them have the need to connect with family back home, whether it's a phone call or a money transfer. Unfortunately, structural barriers often have migrants underbanked or underserved, but RealTime recognizes this opportunity and built a calling network that enables users to communicate with family across 51 countries. Today, in partnership with Ria, RealTime can now offer money transfer services to these customers, enabling them to make international calls through RealTime and send money home through Ria, all in one easy and convenient app. So I guess this is next generation cross-border payments. Not just the payments, not just being able to send, the money transfers back home, perhaps to family. These migrants, they will move to areas where there is more work. They will make money in countries like Saudi Arabia or England or Canada or the US or wherever, and they will send the money back home to families. And so, it's kind of a logical connection to make one app that actually can send money, cross-border payments, fast, cheaply, and efficiently, but also one where you can make a phone call call or maybe even a video call via an internet connection. So interesting news there. Obviously, still focusing on this segment of the population, the unbanked, the underbanked. One of Ripple's mandates has been from the beginning, and we're seeing Ripple partner Ria Money Transfer doing just that. Switching gears a little bit, guys, to the VeChain Foundation, just kind of bringing up another project that demonstrates real value in the ecosystem. VeChain Foundation reports $1.2 billion crypto treasury, but spent just $4 million in Q1. So just kind of talking a little bit about this company's finances and how well they are doing. The VeChain Foundation has released its financial report, Q1 2022, showing that the project amassed an impressive $1.2 billion war chest and only spent about $4.1 million in the quarter. VeChain is a layer 1 blockchain project designed to enhance supply chain management, so that's the biggest thing that VeChain is doing, but it's also expanding out to other applications. It says here it also supports decentralized apps, decentralized finance, DeFi, and NFTs, which it seems like a lot of these projects are doing these days. But the Foundation's Tuesday financial report for Q1 2022 outlines its balance sheet ending Q1, which was March 31st for them, amassed $1.2 billion, but only spent about $4.1 million. So that is really good news if you are invested in the VET token, and I guess more specifically the VeChain Foundation. I don't know if it's possible to invest in the company. Nevertheless, this is another example of seeing a company really thrive, utilizing their cryptocurrency to partner up with legitimate partners. They're partnered, just some of them include BMW and McDonald's and Walmart, I believe. I believe it's Walmart in Asia. So we're seeing it in the numbers, we're seeing it in their annual reports, in their finances. So just to reiterate, again, another good company that has true fundamental value behind it. Also another one, guys, from T-Holbetic XRP, Boss Money expands remittance service to Ethiopia with direct deposit. So another Ripple partner, IDT Corporation, a global provider of fintech, cloud communications, and traditional communication services, recently announced its Boss Money remittance service now offers direct deposit to approximately 40 million accounts across Ethiopian banks. The expanded service powered by TerraPay enables Boss Money customers in the United States to send cash directly to the bank accounts of family and friends in Ethiopia with receipt within minutes. So TerraPay, Ripple enabled, the ability to send money from the US to Ethiopia within minutes. Of course, this is essentially instant settlement. Boss Money has attracted a loyal following in the Ethiopian diaspora because of our reliable cash pickup service, low fees, and favorable exchange rates. This coming from the SVP for consumer payments. And then just down here, Boss Money customers can transfer up to $100 US to Ethiopia for as low as $3.99. So you can see they're still making a margin on that. Up to $2,999 for as little as $6.99. So these companies, they're lowering their rates, becoming more and more competitive. Of course, when you're leveraging DLT technology through RippleNet, you have the better mousetrap. And so, your competition is going to have to either join you, jump on board, sign up as a Ripple client as well, or continue with the status quo and likely fall to the wayside, likely die in the dust. This is the ecosystem, guys, Ripple is building, and we're seeing it more and more with a lot of these Ripple partners now becoming more and more competitive for their particular cross-border payment markets around the world. So, wanted to thank T-Holbetic XRP for posting that. Another quick clip here, a few clips actually from Leonidas on Twitter. And this was back from last month, April 19th, 2022. James Wallace has been with Ripple for a while, and this was a CBDC workshop in Africa. The majority of our Ripple customers are now moving towards using crypto for cross-border payments. Let me play you guys these clips, and I wanted to point out something. So let's take a listen, and we'll talk about it in a sec.
I've been with Ripple for 3 years, and we have something called RippleNet, which is a cross-border payments network. We're also working on other initiatives. We have a central bank digital currency solution. But in terms of the use of crypto, XRP, which is the crypto that we tend to use, is used on a regular basis, and there's billions of dollars being transacted the whole time using that as a what we call a bridge currency. So between one fiat currency and another. The network enables connectivity fiat to fiat, but also increasingly, and I would say the majority of our customers now are moving towards using crypto for cross-border. It's cheaper, it's faster, there's no need to pre-fund accounts like you have in the traditional correspondent banking model.
So all the typical talking points that we've been hearing since 2018, but now we are actually in the implementation phase. More customers are using cryptocurrency. They're saying they're using XRP right now in many different corridors. So this was the first, I believe, in a 4-tweet series here from Leonidas. Number 2, we are working on project CBDCs that are a pilot prior to going live, so not proof of concept. I think proof of concepts should be a thing of the past now. Again, James Wallace talking about CBDCs. Listen to this.
I think central bank digital money will definitely happen. I mean, it's already happening. Congratulations to Nigeria and a few other countries. We're working on projects that are pilots prior to going live, so not proof of concepts. I think proof of concepts should be a thing of the past now.
So moving out of the proof of concept phase, obviously, now they're focusing on the pilots, going live and actually utilizing this in a real world situation. For whatever reason, the third tweet here disappear. I don't know why it just goes straight to 4. Anyway, I found it over here. One of the things Palau, want us to build for them is a P2P lending platform. It's a very simple DeFi application that leverages a digital currency. In that case, it will be a stablecoin. So remember, Ripple is also creating stablecoins for some countries, Palau being one of them. Listen to this clip.
Sort of retail CBDCs. I don't think it's not just about payments either. One of the things, we're working with a country called Palau, which is a very tiny country in the Pacific Ocean. They're a dollarized country. They don't have, therefore, a central bank, but they wanted to have their own currency for a whole series of different use cases. So we're working with them to issue what I think will be the first government-issued and regulated stablecoin. And they've got some really interesting use cases around that. Now, you could argue that, you could do that within a different form, but digital money allows you to do things like this P2P lending platform they're looking at. So one of the cultural things in that country is, when it's payday on a Friday, people line up around the corner to get money cash out of the ATM, and then they have a culture of lending money to friends and family for all sorts of different reasons. So they go and they drive to the next sort of town and they lend some cash. And so one of the things that they want us to build with them is a P2P lending platform. Right? So it's a very simple DeFi, distributed finance application that leverages a digital currency. So in that case, it will be a stable coin. But so I think so you can definitely pay for your coffee here, right, or anywhere around the world. But I think I'd like to think about this as a platform for new innovation as opposed to necessarily fixing the past. So I think that's the opportunity. And I think a lot of people tend to say, what problem are we trying to fix? Well, I think the problem we're trying to fix is how to innovate and actually make things a lot better, not necessarily fix a particular instrument or a particular payment type.
So we know about Ripple working with Palau. We know about the CBDC initiative, creating a central bank digital currency on the XRPL. James Wallace just explaining how, this is kind of Ripple's foray into stablecoins and how Palau, a tiny country, they wanted a central bank digital currency for a myriad of reasons. And, again, an example of Ripple starting small with a CBDC project in Palau and potentially working out to create bigger CBDCs for larger countries. Okay, so just one example of this. And, the focus here is the CBDC specifically. Now keep that in mind because this from XRP Crypto Wolf, brought up from ProCoin News, Ripple is the best solution for central banks likely to adopt CBDCs soon. So this is, again, we've heard of Ripple, this is nothing new, but at the same time, it's important now in the context of what is happening with UST, with Luna, with the SEC's Hester Peirce here, talking about stablecoin regulations, and now Janet Yellen at the top of her lungs, saying that, wow, look at this with the Terra thing and the Tether thing, now we need regulations. So UST was a stablecoin, we've got this connection with Ripple, we've got this just coming out as well recently. 9 of 10 respondents, central banks are engaged in some form of CBDC work, according to the Bank for International Settlements. The share developing or piloting CBDCs has almost doubled on year to 26%, while 6 out of 10 are doing experiments or proof of concept. And so from Ripple's website, of course, Ripple offers a complete platform for minting, managing, transacting, and destroying CBDCs. Each solution is built on private sidechains of the Ripple XRP ledger, a proven blockchain that has transacted over 69 million times over the course of 10 years and is trusted by financial institutions around the world. Our CBDC white paper provides guidance on CBDCs and explores how to ensure global interoperability. So we know there is a focus on central bank digital currencies for Ripple to help create these central bank digital currencies on the XRP ledger for these countries. Palau obviously being the first, a tiny country. And again, I think Ripple wants to market themselves as being a company that can create more central bank digital currencies for bigger countries. And so this guy's from the FinTech Alliance. Also just highlighting this from just last week, a report by Ripple that analyzes the future of CBDCs. Central banks around the world are beginning to explore, test, and implement some form of central bank digital currency. So the buzz is here. Ripple can create these central bank digital currencies. They've kind of pre-programmed us too over the last several months or even a year or more that, hey, look what else we can do. It's not just cross-border payments. We can create CBDCs on the XRP ledger. Also note that this was just tweeted out yesterday, guys, from the Digital Pound Foundation, of which Ripple is a member. I think that the benefit of issuing a CBDC would be that it might diminish the proliferation of these stablecoins, but it depends on the design of exactly how the central bank digital currency is introduced. They're quoting Secretary Janet Yellen, U.S. Department of the Treasury. So again now, the Digital Pound Foundation chiming in on this. Stablecoin, the narrative is shifting, guys, which brings me back to Digital Asset Buy's point here. Was this market crash coordinated in order to bring in regulations specifically for stablecoins? And, in the United States, and not just in the US, actually globally, because the US stablecoin market just isn't big enough alone for Ripple to make enough money off of. But globally, the stablecoin CBDC market, is this the next market Ripple is trying to target? And are these companies now pushing central bank digital currencies specifically designed by Ripple? All things that make you go, I mean, it's not totally a half-baked idea. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.